Alright, Harbor Freight, Pittsburgh, 6-inch digital calipers. Gonna do a review on it. I've seen a lot of reviews on them. I've seen some other types of these. Personally, I don't like digital calipers. I never have. I've always used the gear rack, and I've developed a sense of feel to where I can use them fairly accurately after 36 years. Digitals are the way to go. A lot of companies now, when I go there, you get issued tools by the company. It used to be in the old days you had your own. You had to supply your own tools. Now the companies issue them. What you find most digitals, most companies use are the Mitutoyos, and their quality is good and probably the price. I don't know if Starrett makes a set of digitals. I got a rack and gear set of Starretts I use at work. Starrett probably does, but the quality's there and it's expensive. All calibers are fragile. I don't like digitals because I found even the Mitutoyos that they will, with use, get worn out or out of adjustment, and there's nothing you can do. I worked in a company, it was a real harsh environment, and they had 8 and 12-inch ones, and they went through during the year to calibrate them, and they were so beat up, I seen them through 10 of them right in the trash. I mean, and that's a lot of money. But now back to this here. These here, got them on sale for 10 bucks. Okay, a lot of people like the digitals because you can zero and do this and switch from inch to metric and everything pretty easily. They're rough, they cost 10 bucks, they're not accurate. And what I did is I did a machinist accuracy test at work. A lot of people buy these, go and test with a feeler gauge and maybe something 1 inch or something. I've found that this thing will vary. The repeatability is a 0.5 thousandths to 1 thousandths and a half. Okay, when you're going into short. In any calipers, you take them all the way out to the 6-inch and then back. 6-inch back. 6-inch back. Alright, and that was going 1 thousandths, 0.5 thousandths. Okay. These are not high quality. I don't know how these, there's a sensor, something that works in here. I mean, you know, digital's nice. But what I found when I tested these, and how I test them is, you slide them in and out, and I noticed I was getting anywhere from 1 thousandths, or 0.5 thousandths to 1 thou and a half on repeatability. Then I took gauge blocks. And you know, a lot of people take a feeler gauge and try to measure and say, oh yeah, it's holding 10 thousandths, 15 thousandths. Alright, yes, but there's something called buildup. Now what I did is went and got the gauge blocks, and they're in tenths, like 105 tenths or 109 tenths. Tried measuring close, and being a 0.5 thousandths off, they ain't going to hold it that close. And I found that when you go to the 2-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch block, you do get a tolerance buildup. And when I measured the 4-inch block, with it being off from 0, it actually was off almost 2 thousandths at the 4-inch. So that's not good. I mean, if the thing's going to act goofy on you and not be there, yeah, it's 10 bucks, you know, it 5 thousandths, if you can get by with what you're doing with 5 thousandths. I don't like these. I don't recommend them. You could go and get for like 25 bucks, just the plain Jane ones with a covered way and a gear rack in there. These repeat fine, you know, within a couple tenths. And if you're careful with these, and they cost 25 bucks, but they're a better thing. And see, the thing is too is feel. Whenever you use calipers, that's why I tell you they're not accurate. You got to get a feel for it. I always like the gear, because I can feel that in my thumb. When I measure something, I know how much pressure to put on there, and I can feel when it's lined up in that. I can feel it. Digitals just slide on the rail with a sensor, and you can't really, you can push too hard or not enough and not be square. They're kind of hard to feel. I never felt comfortable with them. Of course, a lot of people like them. And now on Amazon, they had a set of these that went for like 40 bucks or something, and they said that they were, you know, and they're made in China. They're the best deal in digitals and this and that, but if you look through the reviews, there's guys that use them for a year, and the battery just went crazy or would start blinking, and would fail over time. So that's another thing. It's one thing to take this new out of the box and test a few things in it, but it's another thing when you're using it, actually working with it, and doing something with it repeatedly, that you'll find that it's probably not a good deal. These old-fashioned gear rack types are probably a better choice. It's 20 bucks. You can still get away with $20 at Harbor Freight. And that's where I got these. And I use them on my reloading bench and everything. If you find that your projects are really getting to where, like if you're building small little model engines and that, you got to hold stuff pretty close. You can start off with a set of the inexpensive ones, but if you find that they're lacking and not doing what you need, then you can go up to a brand name. And probably the best, if you're going to go all the way, you go with the Mitutoyos, because out of all the major tool manufacturers, they're probably the most reasonably priced out of the bunch. But as for the $10 Harbor Freight ones, I personally don't recommend them. It's basically was a waste of my money, as far as I'm concerned.